Every journey worth anything always starts with a good word and a good cup of coffee. Tasty. Now, ladies and gentlemen, let's get ready to rock and roll. State your name and your city and state of residence.
Ray Glew, Seattle, Washington.
And what are you doing here, Mr. Glew?
I'm on a cross-country trip to see the USA. Always wanted to do that. I loved the adventure of it. And ever since I was a kid, wanted to do this.
And who are you going with?
My good friend, Bill Kaffenberger.
And what is your opinion of Mr. Kaffenberger?
Well, he's like I am, two idiots, so we're doing fine.
So, shall we drive across country? Shall we fly? Shall we take the train? Or shall we walk? Or shall we wait and decide later? What do you think?
Well, we could take a bike.
Think about that. This is our chauffeur for the day, Mr. Jerry. But Jerry, let me ask you a question. If you were going to California, would you take the plane, the bus, the train, car, or bicycle?
Bicycle, of course.
The little town of Ashland, Virginia, where the tracks go right through the middle of town.
Well, the most unusual thing, I think, is a friend of mine who's in her 90s told me that when she was a little girl, they used to let them roller skate in here. Because, you know, it has the tile floors. The station was built in the 1920s, and that was during the days of segregation. So this was the white waiting room, and that was the black waiting room. And there was a wall in between in that hall, and you either came in this side or the other side.
Ladies and gentlemen, the clock on the wall says 10:18. Our train is late.
The trains on the various routes making up the Amtrak Northeast Regional carry an average of 22,000 passengers a day and carried over 8 million passengers during calendar year 2012.
These are Squash Penny Junction is on the right. Mr. Ray, since we're headed for California, what are your opinion of earthquakes?
I can take them or leave them.
I think I'll leave them.
Probably leave them.
Yeah.
Yeah, what's your opinion, Mr.
Kind of reminds me of Jello because things kind of get jiggly, you know? So, little jiggly, that's fine. Big jiggle,
Not too good.
no, don't want that.
Only the train where you see uniformed by the crew for all doors were now open. Fredericksburg, Virginia is the station stop.
All right, Mr. Ray. Stomping grounds were at Quantico. Spent 20 years of my life at this place.
Every single day.
I know it.
Good thing we've seen this before. We don't
Yeah, but
go to Washington, D.C.
I want it in my video. I don't even think that train's moving. I think it's just sitting on the brakes.
Union Station, Washington, D.C. is located at 50 Massachusetts Avenue. The station, first opened in 1908, was designed in both classical and Beaux Arts styles and was rebuilt during the 1980s. The station handled more than 5 million Amtrak passengers during 2013.
Mr. Ray, look at the wall. Congress to America. We run D.C. Now, Mike, my name's Bill. This is Mr. Ray. We're two retired guys traveling across the country on the train.
It's pretty good people to come through here and unusual. Well, really nothing too much out of the ordinary.
He met us, right?
Yeah.
Till you met us. And I can tell you enjoy working for Amtrak. I can tell that.
It's been a pleasure. It has been good.
Very helpful for us.
And how many years, if I might ask, have you been working for
about 20 years.
20 years? All right.
That's great.
And do you know you look like Lou Gossett? Anybody ever tell you that?
That's funny. I like that one.
all you need is you're missing the earring, and that's it. This is just so cool.
We really are focused on these families, on caring for them, and this rescue and recovery
Mr. Bill, why are you here?
I'm reading this fine Charles Turwitt catalog. That's why I'm here, Mr. Ray. But there's no bicycles in this catalog.
No, haven't found any yet.
No bicycles.
Services that pass through this station include the Acela Express, the Capital Limited, the Cardinal, the Carolinian, the Crescent, the Palmetto, the Silver Meteor, the Silver Star, the Northeast
bicycle
Regional, and the Vermonter.
They don't have any yet.
Prior to the opening of the station, both the Pennsylvania Railroad and the Baltimore and Ohio Railroad had their rail lines and stations on the National Mall. In its heyday, the station boasted numerous dining rooms, barber shops, and even a mortuary. In the present day, the station has numerous mall-like shops as well as an extensive food court. The track area has upper and lower levels that consist of a total of 29 tracks.
This is sleeping room B.
Here's our, hello, here's our vanity.
And our sink. All very compact. Trash underneath. All our little supplies and toiletries. And what is this open? Yes, Mr. Ray, Viola.
Look at that, extra toilet paper, cups.
Everything you could ask for. Soap. Didn't he have to bring soap, man? Towels, plenty of towels. And then here's the upper bunk. It's kind of hard to see it, but the upper bunk is there. There's Mr. Ray. He's got a little couch. 4 pillows, some controls. There's our beautiful Amtrak picture window. There's our full-length mirror, so we can scare ourselves in the middle of the night. A nice easy chair. And the piece de resistance, the private toilet, and the private shower.
The Capital Limited traverses 764 miles between Washington, D.C. and Chicago, Illinois. It makes a daily run with Train 29 going outbound from Washington and Train 30 coming back from Chicago. The trip, when the train is on time, takes around 18 hours. During fiscal year 2011, the route carried over 225,000 passengers. The train has sleeping cars, a full-service dining car, coach cars, and an observation car. The train pretty much follows the old Baltimore and Ohio historic route to Pittsburgh, then winds its way through Ohio, northern Indiana, and into Illinois and Chicago.
Right, and have you always been a tenant here in doing dining, or have you done other jobs?
No, I started out of Chicago and
Really?
I transferred to DC.
How long do you stay on like one line? I mean, how long do you do this job?
This is a 3-day job.
I see. So you sleep on the train, right?
Yes.
Okay, cool.
And what's doing the dining service? What would you say is the strangest thing that you've ever seen doing a dining service? And you don't have to give away any
Strangest
names.
thing?
Yeah, the oddest thing you've ever seen.
In a diner.
Yeah, or just on the train.
On a train,
Any,
period.
yeah.
That's a lot of stuff that you see that's strange. The way that people at night in the coaches, some of them, I guess they call themselves being relaxed or whatever, but you'll see people
A bit too much.
you'll see people halfway in the seat.
Uh-huh.
And they had their legs going up the wall.
And what is the nicest thing that's ever happened on a train that you
The
can think
nicest
of?
thing, I like working in a sleeper.
Uh-huh.
And you get to meet a lot of, you meet a lot of people in the coaches and sleeper.
Yeah.
But you always meet a lot of people, especially like in the H room.
Uh-huh.
Meet a lot of elderly people or people that might need help.
Uh-huh.
And you just learn, good stories, and
Uh-huh.
you might meet people that be from my area.
Uh-huh.
So I like that.
And you were originally from Chicago?
Well, a city called East Chicago, Indiana.
Oh, okay. You seen any bicycles around?
Not on this train. No.
Okay, you sure? Because we
Yeah.
could
Been
sure.
looking for one.
We've been looking for one. We could sure use one.
No.
Hey, Ray,
Yeah,
are we there yet?
not there yet.
When
Still
do you-
looking for a bike
When do you think we'll be there?
for a while. 3 days worth. You had to figure out, how do I keep my powder dry?
I
I wonder
know.
if I fire tomorrow and it's wet and the gun won't go off.
Well, then you're dead meat.
Let's see.
You got to be captured
You
by
know,
the other side.
Really, I think at some point you might figure, hey, forget it. I'm
I'm going
surrender,
home.
right?
Well, a
Right,
lot of them
right.
did.
Oh, I could see that, all right. I mean, look at it out there. Walk that trail. Brunswick, yeah, Brunswick.
Brunswick, Maryland.
Right.
That's a nice sized little town.
It is. It really is.
Go.
John Brown's
Yep.
thingamajig.
Yep.
Yes, sir. I've never seen this. What's going on this way too? Look at that's a good picture up there.
Mm-hmm.
The old railroad car right there. Yeah, I remember walking around. I could come up
Oh,
here
yeah.
again if I had time. Look at that's pretty rough water over there.
Yep. I don't know what
Like,
that
here's
is.
all this stuff here. It's just abandoned or whatever.
Yeah. I know.
Yeah, that's a massive flooding there. There's in that Springfield too, like when we went to Beardstown.
Mm-hmm. There's an abandoned.
This is the bit.
Oh, this is a Abandoned Roundhouse,
Oh my
right?
heavens, Bill, look at
Look at
that.
this.
That's so cool. Martinsburg.
See, look right behind you.
And then there, you can see the tracks in the thing. See?
Yeah.
The circle.
Mm-hmm. And then there's another piece right here. See that circular
Yeah,
piece?
right. Yeah, that's a real roundhouse too.
I'll have to look up the history of this.
You know, they may be working on this. Or that's in their back of their mind to fix all
Look
this
at the
stuff.
size of that.
I know. This is as big as we're down in B&O Museum. It's just they don't have enough money or whatever they're working on. messed up. It just can't be. It can be messed up one day, but it just can't be messed up 2 days in a row. That's just the luck of that. I mean, the odds of that happening. It's too much. It's gonna work out. Right, relax. Oh, too, Mr. Bill. I'm sorry, we're not voting now because there's something wrong.
Oh no.
A light bulb is wrong in the kitchen or something. In the bathroom it wasn't working. And they won't let you go, and they're trying to contact the maintenance guy to come out and replace the light bulb.
A stupid light bulb.
Right,
Who cares? Take off. Is it going to stop the plane? No, go.
I was thinking later. How big is the bathroom anyway? What do we need a bathroom? The flight was only 50 minutes.
I know.
And certainly you don't need a bathroom. There's a lot of light in the bathroom. And I said, and telling him how good everything is. And between him and his co-pilot, they had 65 years of flying experience between them, and it's going to be a good flight. Everything was fine, so we were all sitting there going, yeah, all right. But I'm sitting there going, I don't believe it till I'm out of here. Clear it up now. It's like decent.
Yeah.
It's getting to have a little variety in the scene. Plus, Mr. Bill, it's almost time to go to Din so
I don't think there is, Mr. Ray. That's why we're going to get some air freshener.
put a big sticky deodorant thing in there.
Yeah.
My question to you, Jan, is very simple. In one sentence, and make it a short one, explain economics.
All right.
This is your chance. You're the economy guy. One sentence, explain, because I don't understand economics. No, I'm serious. I don't.
You do 2 sentences.
All right, 2 sentences. Explain it in 2 sentences.
So economics is the study of how people make decisions. The open questions include whether people only try their best to optimize or whether they truly optimize.
All right, great.
That's good. That's very good.
And you haven't seen a bicycle on this train, have you? Oh, I promised I wouldn't ask you about bicycles. I'm sorry. All right, great.
I have not done.
Okay, you're good. Thanks. So, what's your first name?
Larry.
Larry, that's right, Larry. Larry, how long have you been working with Amtrak?
Since 1986.
Wow.
27 years.
All right. So,
August will be 20 years.
So have you always done sleeping car attendant, or have you done other
I've
things?
done some coach work, but mostly sleeping car. We used to have a train that went to Montreal. I did that. We used to have a sleeper that went to New York. I did that. Executive sleeper. I did some coach work down to south to Savannah. Yeah. 2 years ago, I took a very good friend of mine on. We went cross country from the East Coast to the West Coast and back to the East Coast.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, it was a 2-week trip.
Yeah, excellent.
Yeah, it was fun.
Cool.
Coming into Chicago on train 29, and one of my passengers had passed away.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, mention that. Was it
I
exciting?
was like, yeah, it's a bit of a shocker.
Now you.
Hasn't happened since.
Yeah, thank God. Because this is train 29.
Right.
Now, were you the unfortunate person that discovered this?
Yes.
Oh my gosh.
Many things. Just basically, really, meeting people like you guys every week.
Uh-huh.
I was gonna say, what's one of your favorite things about your job?
Is meeting different people every week.
Yeah.
All the time. While I do go to the same train every week, it's always different every week, and I like that. I've never been a 9-to-5 person, office person. It's not what I wanted to do. I usually get to go to bed after Pittsburgh, and I can sleep till Toledo. I have people getting off in Toledo, so I have to be up to get them off the train.
Yeah.
So it's kind of a short window, but
That's cool.
What the job entails.
So how many beds have you got to make up?
I think tomorrow morning it's 28.
Oh my gosh.
28. Well, I was born in New Jersey, moved to North Carolina. After that, finished high school and college in North Carolina. Then after North Carolina, I went to school in Columbus, Ohio after college. And then I moved to Augusta, Georgia for a while.
Wow.
And Washington for a while. And now I reside in Baltimore.
And how did you
get with Amtrak originally? I mean,
It was
what?
a fluke.
Really?
A friend of mine, yeah. A friend of mine.
27-year fluke.
Yeah. This friend of mine says, "Oh, I applied for this job as a train attendant." I said, "Well, what's that?" He goes, "Well, it's sort of like being a flight attendant, except you work on a train." I said, "Really?" He goes, "Yeah." So I looked into it. You know, went and was interviewed, took the test, and got the job.
Wow.
It was back in August of '86.
What do you think of bicycles?
Bicycles?
Yes.
I like bicycles.
Yes. Would you ride one across the country?
Oh no, I don't think I'm fit enough for that. No.
Do you know if we could find a bicycle on this train? I mean, we've been looking for one.
I don't. They might be in the baggage car, but
right.
Yeah,
but you don't. We couldn't take one of them, I don't guess. No. You would be upset if we did that.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, Ray, I don't think we're going to find a bicycle.
Not tonight.
Oh, you wanted a bicycle? You really wanted a bicycle?
Talking to Ezra. Ezra's from Silver Spring, Maryland. And what made you decide to take the train back to college?
I actually take the train most of the time instead of flying. My parents don't like to fly, and so they naturally just send me on the train unless I say otherwise.
Really?
Yeah.
And so, have you ever considered riding a bicycle back to Northwestern from Silver Spring?
I'm not a real outdoorsy person,
Right.
so I think there would be a long trip outside for me.
Well,
too much.
It would have its own form of air conditioning, but I guess that wouldn't be ideal. So, and what do you do at Northwestern?
Northwestern, I study film and philosophy, among other things.
We talked to a fellow last night. That was one of his concentrations. Philosophy, yeah. So, what would you see as a connection between philosophy and film?
I think philosophy just generally trains you to be really purposeful with what you're doing. And a good filmmaker, whether you're in cinematography or editing or directing or writing, all of these, you should be extremely purposeful with whatever you do. Why you do a shot, why you make an edit. So I think philosophy, besides for giving you thoughts about what types of films you might want to make, it also just trains you to really think deeply about whatever you're doing, which you can apply to any area of film.
Here we are. It's day 2, and amazingly enough, we're heading into Chicago. Our buddy Ezra Ruxler is still talking with us. Amazingly, he's actually still sitting with us. Mr. Ray is checking out the scene over here.
Sunny day. You know, that was so depressing back there in Silver Spring.
Oh yeah, this is great.
People are out and about, starting to wake up, moving around. Elkhart.
Yep. South Bend's got a little bit of skyline, Ray. Amazingly enough.
If you, all right, we're going. Explain to me. Yes.
Where you're looking at now, that's the backside of the steel mills. To the right here, is BP's largest one of their largest refineries in the United States.
Okay.
And this is all in Whiting, Indiana. But the refinery is like almost 20 miles wide.
Wow, 20 miles wide.
Yeah, it's one of BP's bigger ones.
It's amazing.
Yep.
Thank God for observation cars.
Your bags are checked through the ship. When you have CHI on your claim check, you just pick them up at the baggage carousel area. You enter the station, you make a left, go straight ahead. You see a ramp on the right, just go to the top of the ramp, and the luggage area is located to the right. And if your bags are checked further, those transfers will be made for you, and you will claim the bags once you do arrive at your final destination. Last night, want to avail yourself of first class Metropolitan Lounge. There will be gate agents inside the station that can direct you to the lounge. Please note, you have a coach ticket for the next leg of your journey, be that motor, coach, or train. You are still welcome in the Metropolitan because of your sleeping car accommodations on train number 29.
That's Larry Doc. This is all in the heyday of the railroads.
Yep.
They build these big things. In a big city, you want it even bigger and grander.
More routes to the retirement you want, but not in Chicago. All routes lead out of Chicago. Bye. Ray. Found a bicycle yet?
No bicycle. You can't even see a bicycle.
It's Italian beef.
Nobody else is discovered anything else. What's the best?
We found them. We found them. We got all we need. Let's ride them all to California. All right. Who knew? Who knew in Chicago we would find bicycles?
Chicago's Union Station, located at 225 South Canal Street, opened in 1925, replacing an earlier station which had opened in 1881. The station has Beaux Arts facades, Corinthian columns, marble floors, along with a huge Great Hall. The third busiest station in the United States, handling around 120,000 passengers on weekdays, it serves such train services as Perret Marquette, Blue Water, Wolverine, Lakeshore Limited, Capital Limited, Cardinal, Hoosier State, City of New Orleans, L&I and Saluki, Texas Eagle, Lincoln Service, Southwest Chief, California Zephyr, Empire Builder, and Hiawatha Service.
That'll
Jackson.
Okay.
And it is okay for you to film.
Okay, and here, where are we? What is this place? Where are we?
This is Low T Mediterranean Brew.
All right, and it's
downtown
in
Chicago.
All right, now tell me why you love Chicago.
I love Chicago for one because of the Bears, and downtown is a pretty beautiful place. The weather is pretty well. That's about it.
All right, thank you, man.
No problem.
You have a great day. Unlike the Capital Limited, which takes 2 days and 1 night to go from Washington, D.C. to Chicago, the Southwest Chief takes 3 days and 2 nights to go from Chicago to Los Angeles, passing through such towns as Kansas City, Topeka, Dodge City, Raton, Laramie, Albuquerque, Flagstaff, and many others.
Is a karate stop. This lever right here will adjust your air outside. Right now, it's closed. It just brings a little in. Okay. It's open. And tonight, when we make down the beds, I usually suggest this, to put this flipper like this, especially if someone's sleeping up here, so that the air is not blowing directly on you.
Right.
This dial right here really does work,
right,
and it adjusts the heat right there for you. These are reading lights. They are adjustable. Later, you're going to tell us what time you want your bed down. We'll get it down for you. I'll let you know when we have some fresh air / smoke breaks so y'all can get off and get fresh air. We'll be with you all the way. So whatever you need, you let us know. They're going to come around, get dinner reservations. Tomorrow for breakfast, it starts at 6:30. You don't have to go at 6:30. Let's say that you're late sleepers. What Ron and I will do is we'll come by, bring your if we don't see no movement and we haven't seen you, we'll push a thing and goes ding ding in here and lets us, you know it's us. And we'll say it's last call. Go ahead and go eat, have some breakfast.
Right.
And then there you go. That's what we'll do. If you hear that, that's us. I'm sorry. Here you go, guys.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
And sometimes the doors kind of slide. If I see you're gone, and the door comes open, I'll just push it back for you.
Okay.
All righty.
Very good.
Thanks. Okay. Actually, we want to interview both of them.
Yeah.
Because they're both going to have interesting stories.
Yeah, why are you a trainee? This is a cool shot of Chicago, leaving Chicago. Thanks for cluing me in, man.
The Southwest Chief roughly follows the route of the old Super Chief operated by the Atchison, Topeka, and Santa Fe Railway. It travels 2,265 miles between Chicago and Los Angeles, and when running on time, it takes slightly over 42 hours to make the trip. The train runs daily each way and includes sleeper cars, a dining car, an observation car, and coach cars. The route carried over 350,000 passengers in fiscal year 2011. The maximum speed is 90 miles per hour over certain sections of track. The route carries passengers through some of the most beautiful scenery in the southwest of the United States.
And they're happy with it.
He may be of interest to come to Washington D.C. to see some of the things, but you know, if you were to tell him, how would you like to live here? Are you kidding me?
The problem with these cameras on these phones is half the time it doesn't know what to focus on. It's too much going on.
This is kind of a cool thing to be sitting here watching all this stuff here.
Yeah.
It's worked out well.
It was about 8 p.m., just after sunset. Earlier, a little bit earlier, the lights had flickered on and off in the train, but nobody paid it any attention. We came to our scheduled stop at Plata, Missouri, only to discover that the train engine had blown up and needed to be replaced by another engine before we could move on. There was a young lady in the waiting room who was clearly upset about this turn of events. She was on the phone to her mother and kept saying, "Mother, I told you I can't get there on time. The engine blew up. Don't you hear me? Can't you understand what I'm saying? The engine blew up." Well, we all got off the train, sampled the cool, fresh air of the evening, walked around the very old and very well-kept train station until we got extremely tired of our little museum tour there. So we finally decided the better part of valor was to get back on the train, have the beds turned down for the night, and settle in to go to sleep. And, wouldn't you know it, the train started moving again just as we were nodding off.
That's cool, man. This is cool. Good morning, day 3.
Hi, Frank. How you doing? Yeah, when he's done taking a picture.
Yeah, as soon as we go across into Colorado, that's when we become. Send that to, does Randy have a cell phone?
No, he doesn't have a cell phone. They're waiting in line to get sand.
Cool. Yeah. There's a lot of trucks there. Nice brand new trucks. That would be a good job. Just sit there and fall asleep for half an hour, move up the line.
There were some old order Amish folks riding on the train, some from Michigan and some from other parts of the country, heading for Southern California and Mexico. We befriended one fella named Samuel, who we sat next to in the observation car, and from that point on, we were the best friends with the Amish. We sat down with them and chatted, and when they saw us, they would sit with us and chat. It was a very, very interesting time. Really enjoyed getting to know them.
So, Mr. Ray, tell me, where are we right now?
Kansas. No, we're still in Kansas.
Still in Kansas. No camels yet?
No camels, but the ground looks like it may support camel activity.
Yeah, like Hump City there.
Right. And also, from what I've seen so far, I will admit, there's very few people like us that just travel to see things.
Color.
And you can see the cattle are going like, well, why am I here? What am I supposed to do? Where's the grass?
Yeah,
Is it lunchtime yet?
Yeah, for the humans.
They're going to be like, cattle car time. You guys go through here. You guys go in here. You guys go directly to here. Bam.
They wouldn't stop quite so long. I want to catch them.
Come on. Everybody got time for you. Come on.
We apologize for the circumstances. Behind our normal schedule. It's our endeavor to get you to your destination safely, as quickly as possible.
Job with that effort told Steve Yesko, my brother, who was like, a small time accountant, who now is pretty senile, dementia, can't do anything. And I don't know what Steve advised him years ago, but I suspect that John as far as I'm concerned, you can tell him if you want to start, or you don't have to.
Train. I take a direct flight back to Fort Lauderdale.
Oh yeah, I wouldn't take the train.
Train from here to Chicago, then back down. I mean, it's going to be so long to get home.
That's nice. Always visiting grandchildren in Illinois, so great-grandchildren. That's wonderful.
It's interesting, these trees seem to just grow to, what, 6 feet or something? What's that?
It's like a shrub tree or something. This is a certain amount, you can play for hours. He said, I've had a good time, that's it.
Have you seen any camels yet?
No, no camels this morning. No camels yesterday. Camels.
I guess we passed them in the desert
I guess
last
so.
night.
It looks like the camel. This is camel country.
Yep. Well, we'll see.
We'll see.
Well, Mr. Ray, I haven't seen any camels either. Maybe we'll find one. Maybe. Just don't know. Just don't know.
Or whatever we paid would be cheaper compared to what it would cost there. You know one thing, it's never going to be any less expensive.
That's right. Yeah, it's one of those things, Ray, that I would probably like it for a couple of years, kind of like I like where I am for a couple of years.
That my thing is the wilderness here. So oh, look at that! Oh wow, that's really cool. So we'd have missed all that if we didn't have that.
I know.
It's so cool because it's all highlighted behind the I think this is going to be the best part of the trip, though, as far as scenery goes.
It's pretty good, Ray.
Well, as long as that's still fine. You know, that gives us still plenty of time to get back.
Oh, yeah.
Rolling along. We'll be fine.
No, with my scroll last name.
Yeah, large pitchfork, by the way.
It wasn't get too much rain here, else that just slide down. It was like
there's maps line.
Hey, come into it, please.
See you here.
Wait, are we doing the card?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
That's what I'm talking about.
Right.
I already did the rest. It's just that day.
Right.
Does that work? There's a very
I'm sure those people are looking for...
Okay, for being on a train, he's pretty impressed by the synchronicities, unexpected.
Yeah.
So I emailed it to myself and forgot.
I did already all of Angelique's bullshit commercial thing.
Yeah, but it's different when you go from price to price.
Right.
Well, Mr. Ray, we're coming into Los Angeles and no camels.
No camels.
No
Not
camels.
You know it's hump day. We made it, Mr. Bill.
Yep.
God. So you got to take that.
Yeah.
This guy don't be calling me anymore.
Right.
Hopefully they'll give us a big Cadillac or something because they look great. Nothing.
Union Station, Los Angeles is located at 800 North Alameda Street and has 15 Amtrak tracks coming in to the station. This station services the Coast Starlight, Southwest Chief, Sunset Limited, Texas Eagle, and Pacific Surfliner lines, as well as a variety of commuter rail lines. Built in 1939, the architectural styles used include Moderne, Art Deco, and Mission Spanish Revival, and the station remains a major Southern California transportation hub. There are enclosed garden patios on both sides of the waiting room. The station has been used as a film location for a number of productions, including Blade Runner, Silver Streak, and The Way We Were.
Could be.
Down, going down.
Mr. Ray, I'm surveying Burbank, and I do not see one single camel anywhere. No camels. Nothing. Is he moving at all?
Look at that way, the camera.
Oh God! Oh my God!
Yeah, let me take a still picture too, real quick.
Yeah.
Hold on.
Hurry up.
Well, I gotta cut.
this dog.
We can walk.
He's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 legs inside. We've got a 200 chicken, a 200 pig, 200 lizards, and 200 snakes alive. And we've got 1 minute till showtime. Folks, y'all come on up. It's only $5. $5 to go in. And it's not scary, by the way. It's a lot of fun.
That's right here, like, right. That's the operative word.
What, free show?
Yes. This is like going down the market in Seattle.
Right.
It's just like, well, what are you going to do with it?
Jacob, my main man.
Maybe you don't know, but during the Mexican-American War, there was the Battle of San Pascual, which was fought actually here in the Valley Center Escondido area. And it turned out the Americans were losing, and so this young lieutenant went with Kit Carson, the famous mountain man. They snuck through the California-Mexican lines and went to San Diego and got help to come rescue the Americans trapped in Escondido. People sometimes claim they're still trapped in Escondido, but that's beside the point. The thing is that that lieutenant who went with Kit Carson to find the reinforcements to help the troops, he later actually started the Camel Corps, which was designed to replace horses in the American Southwest with camels. So instead of a cavalry of horses riding to the rescue, there would be a cavalry of camels instead. Yes, as a matter of fact, I have, because I used to be a tour guide at the Wild Animal Park. There are dromedaries in Escondido, that's true. It's my intention to give the trite to the world.
Come on, Ray, let's get breakfast. Come on.
I'm ready for some breakfast.
What?
Look!
What?
It's the camel!
The
We
camel!
found it.
The camel!
Found it.
There it is! Oh my gosh.
4,000 miles, we found the camel.
But we can't ride that one.
No, we can't ride it. We found it.
Yeah, that's good. That's a good thing.
It's the camel.
Santa Monica! Santa Monica! Santa Monica! Santa Monica!
I've got a little story about Chicago and my family's involvement. My dad grew up in the Great Depression, and when he was a young man, that was about the same time that Al Capone was operating as a big-time gangster in the city of Chicago. Well, my dad was born on a farm in Illinois, and they moved across the river when he was very young to the small town there. And during the duck hunting season, Al Capone would bring his yacht down the Illinois River, and he'd park it or anchor it out there in the middle of the river, and he would pay the young boys of the town 25 cents apiece per duck to swim out to the middle of the river and get the ducks they shot and swim back with them and hand them up onto the yacht. And being it was Depression, of course, my dad and the other young boys, they didn't think anything of taking 25 cents apiece per duck from a criminal. So you could probably say that in a way my dad worked for Al Capone.